Welcome to Good Dates Gone Bad. I'm your host Lee, and this is
Hello.
my bestie from Tallahassee. We are going to talk about bad dates and a bad date that you've had. Not bad marriages, bad dates.
Uh, um, I have
Okay?
more I have more stories of my ex-husbands than I actually do on my first date.
Oh,
But I was trying to think of one because generally my dates aren't bad. They're pretty good. But there was this one and I was back in college and I worked at Pizza Hut. Yes, I did. And this guy came in and he was
college
really
jobs,
nice.
everybody has crappy college jobs.
Oh,
You know,
no, but working at Pizza Hut was just
that
not
that would
it.
be pretty of them. And wait, where were
Ye-
you? Where? Which
Okay, so
pizza?
I was in North Carolina going to school. And anyway, so I my friend Leanne, who was in school with me and she was my roommate, got this job at Pizza Hut and I was new moving to Aberdeen and Southern Pines. So she helped me get the job at Pizza Hut and every day I smelled like sausage and dough
Which
and
is delicious.
yummy. And of course we had to wear hats and we had to wear suspenders with buttons on them, which I never got any buttons. No one gave me any. So I guess that means I didn't do a good job. But anyway, so this
The
guy comes
buttons are
in.
flare. Remember
Hmm?
the buttons? It's like Ruby Tuesday and all the flair.
Yes. So this guy comes in and he kind of takes a little liking to me and he left a good tip and he said, "Do you mind if I call you sometime? Maybe we can go out for dinner." And I was like, "That yeah, that'd be great. I can meet you somewhere." Well, I
Yeah.
didn't have a car. So Leanne had to drop me off. And do you know where we went to go eat dinner?
Where?
Pizza Hut. He
Like
gave
you're
me
already at Pizza Hut.
he
What did
ordered
you pick?
me.
What do you pick you up and drive you around the block and go, here we are?
No, this was the next day.
Oh.
So, and I wasn't working the next day. And so I had gone to the restroom and when I came back, he had ordered a pitcher of beer, but only one glass. And he ordered me a water. And I was like, "Ugh, all right." And then when the pizzas came,
I would
he
have picked
ate.
up the pitcher. I would have downed my water and then poured myself a glass. I mean, you gotta be a little, you gotta just be a little more aggressive.
Well, what I did was he ordered me a personal pan pizza, which is like a baby pizza for
Hmm.
babies,
It's
and
a
my
four slicer.
water.
It's the four
Hmm?
slicer, right?
Yes, they're
Hmm.
tiny. And he ordered, he ordered probably a medium or a large and ate the whole thing and never even offered me a piece. And the pizza that he ordered me, I don't even like the toppings. So I'm trying to keep my cool. And then he's like, "We need to go one more place before we go out on our date." And I was like, "Okay, well, maybe this is the surprise. Maybe this is what's cool and it's leading up to because I know Pizza Hut sucked." So
Yeah.
guess where we go?
Where?
To Kmart. And we go to Kmart to look for fishing lures so that we could go out and fish that night and catch our dinner if we were successful.
Oh my God, he sounds terrible. He sounds
So I
awful.
had no way
I'm
out.
surprised he didn't say I was going to go catfish. What do they call that when you go cat? You're going to fish for catfish with your hand,
Yes, yes.
right? We're
Yeah,
going to
I
go
know.
find a
Yeah.
hole, put our hand in
I
it.
wouldn't stick my hand in no hole like that. They're crazy. That hole
I
is
would
way too
never
big
do
for
that.
me.
I would leave
That
him there. Actually, I might stay and record the whole thing and blast the internet with it because that would be some crazy shit, wouldn't it? I mean, who would want to see that? Everyone would want to see that. But you don't want to
and
be the girl.
oh, I don't care.
So did you
Um,
fish?
no, I said I had to go to the restroom when I was at Kmart again. And I called my friend Leanne. I'm like, "Leanne, get your ass up here, stat. Get me out of this date." And she's like,
Yeah.
"What's the matter?" And I said, He took me to Pizza Hut, ordered himself a pitcher of beer, got me a water and a personal pan pizza, and oh, and he didn't tip. And so, and I know these people, so that's embarrassing. And then the fact that we're going to Kmart, Kmart's don't
That's
even
bad.
exist anymore, and there's a reason why,
There's
because
a
they
reason why.
suck.
That's the land of the Halloween costumes that are plastic and it ties behind your neck. And it could be anything, but you put your arms in the piece of plastic.
Yes.
Remember? That was Kmart. Now Jacqueline Smith's got a line of Kmart, but that was a
Yep.
long time ago. I know that was what, 30
Yep.
years ago? 30 plus years ago?
Yes.
Kmart was
Yes.
still rocking it out then. Not like it would be
Well,
better today,
shoot,
but
30 plus years. 30 plus years.
so did you ever hear from him again?
And they probably bulldozed that Pizza Hut over
I'm
by
sure they
now.
did.
Oh, he called. I just didn't answer. And in
Well, I'm sure
fact,
he
when I was at work, I was so worried that he was going to show up at my work and be like, "Where'd you go? We were in Kmart. Next thing you know, you're gone." He said he had gone up to the place to say, "We're looking for a Kara Godwin, missing Kara Godwin, Kara Godwin." And I was gone. There
you're
was no
by.
missing me. I was out of there.
I
So
don't know
I
what
never
kind of
did see him
excuse you could
again.
make other than just being forthright and saying, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I mean, that's the kind of date that would never fly in Atlanta.
No.
Ain't no way. Now maybe
And
a
not even in
smaller town on the
Tallahassee.
outskirts, but not in Atlanta proper. Ladies would look at these guys like they lost their ever loving mind.
I
Why are we
know.
on this date?
I know. And
Well, I went
then
on a crazy date. You want to hear a crazy date that I went on?
give me your crazy date.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Well, did you have another one?
Do
Or
another
you want to
great
save it for
crazy
another
date.
time?
Oh, no, go ahead and say it now.
Well, this is a crazy date. Okay.
Okay.
And I was working not in college, post college, and living up here in Atlanta, and started getting really distracted and decided I would just work at this restaurant, really high end restaurant, because I was making really good tips, $400 a night, and I didn't have to show any body parts or anything. It wasn't that kind of a
That's
bar.
awesome.
Yeah, so and I was able to see my friends too. So I thought, well, I'll work by day and do this by night. That's when you could burn candles at both ends and still go to work the next day and have all this
Yep.
energy. We can't do
Yep.
that today, but we could do it then.
No.
So
KK has about 4 days of recovery.
yes, it does. So we I was working and made friends with this one girl that was there. And there was a guy that I had seen him out a couple times. I didn't even really know him that well, but I always thought he was cute. And I didn't really know that much about him. But he came in and he invited me to go to a party. And I thought, well, that would be fun. He said, yeah, it's in the Highlands. And at first I thought, all the way, like, I thought, Virginia Highlands. He's like, no, in the Highlands, like North Carolina. I'm thinking, oh, well,
Oh, wow.
okay, that could be fun. And I'm like, well, is it okay if I wear this? He said, yeah. And I had on this really cute black top and black skirt and cute black shoes and the kind you'd swear you'd never take off in a public place because you'd worn them and sweated them too many times, those
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
I wore that. And my friend said she would go with me, which was really good. And I drove, it was after my shift, which ended around midnight, maybe
Yeah.
11:30. It was still,
It was prime
kind of
time
pushing it to
Partyville.
drive 2 hours to go to a party. But I thought, well,
Right.
maybe it's a really good party. So, and guy was an owner of a local club. So I thought, okay, this will be fun. So I followed him in my car, and I'm so glad
Which
that I
was a good
did.
idea.
Good idea. And it was windy and kind of typical evening, like the end of fall, beginning of winter time, in North Carolina. So it was kind of that smoky roads and, foggy and everything.
Yeah,
We get up to
dangerous.
this gorgeous house. I mean, it is a beautiful house. It's not a cabin, it's a house in the mountains, in the Highlands. Gorgeous. And we go in, and right away we walk in. First we knock, and the guy has to unlock. Somebody comes to the door and unlocks it. The guy that owns it is hanging from the antler chandelier, hanging and
What?
swinging. Below him is a glass table. And I'm like, I can't watch this. Like, I don't even
That is
know
a
these people.
train wreck.
There were maybe, with the three of us that just knocked on the door, and the two of this guy and his date, and a couple more people milling about, maybe seven people there, maybe, in a huge house. Okay. So meanwhile, the owner is swinging from this chandelier, and I'm thinking he's going to break and he's going to fall and die in front of me, and I'm going to be a witness. I'm never going to get to go home, right? Too much
No,
paperwork. This is so crazy. Why am I here?
right.
So, and I really, truth be told, I really didn't know my friend that well, the girl that works with me, not like
Uh-huh.
you. And I really didn't know this guy that I said I would go with to this party.
Well,
I don't know if
thank
it's a
God you
date.
followed him and did not get
Yeah,
into a
I don't
car
know
with
if
him.
I don't know if you could call it a date, but it was kind of like a date, okay? Certainly a situation. So the guy
Yeah.
is screaming the whole time on the chandelier, and this woman that answered the door and let us in is just dog cussing him, walking around the corner. I'm like, what did we walk into? And these other people are kind of talking. You could tell they're about to leave. Well, the guy that I walked in with and my friend, next thing you know, he's got this thing in his hand and he goes, y'all ready to party? And he slams a brick onto that coffee table.
A brick?
Okay, I'm gonna let you use your imagination.
Oh, a
Don't
brick.
say a brick
Gotcha.
and a little bit dusted off, okay? And I'm like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? What is this?
It sounds like some
Evidently,
fun.
evidently this was a deal, okay? It was a deal. And my friend's looking at me and I'm looking at her. We're like, oh my God. So I'm just looking for a drink because by now I'm pretty sober other than the Grand Marnier shot I did there at the bar. I'm sober, so he somehow swings enough and jumps down and doesn't drop the chandelier as a miracle. Gets down, they start talking about it, and I'm thinking, oh my God. Meanwhile, the girl that let us in turns out she's a hooker, and he had purchased her services for the evening, the owner of the house. And his friends decided they were going to leave. Okay, they did not stick around. They left. I heard a car leaving and everything. So he starts to give the guy I go with money. He's trying to find his wallet to pay
The guy,
him.
not your guy that you went with, the other
The guy
guy.
I went with is sitting there on the couch, and the guy that owns the house is trying to find his wallet to pay him for the
Okay, got ya.
brick.
I gotcha.
And he's looking for his wallet. Can't find it. Goes upstairs. Can't find it. He's yelling at this girl, whatever her name is. Daddy, you blank, 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 blank. Okay, saying every word. You whore, you bitch. I never should have bought you. I should have gotten Stella, whatever her other girl name was. Okay, I'm like, this is insane. And my friend's looking at me like this. She's like, my boyfriend's gonna kill me. I didn't have a boyfriend, so I'm like, I got nothing. I
Whatever.
can go home when I want. But
Right.
I'm feeling bad. I got her into this mess. So he calls the police. The guy yelling at the girl he hired is calling the police
To tell
and
them
telling the
what?
police, now look, I don't even know where to hide in this house. Okay, I don't even know where I am. And he goes, I'm like, what's happening? I should have gotten in my car and left. Okay. He
Yeah.
calls the police
Mhm.
and he's like, I hired this bitch and she took my wallet and I just know it. She's taking my drugs. She's doing all my cocaine and she took my wallet. I'm like, oh my God, what's
What?
going on? So I'm looking at the guy that I went to the party with, and I said, I'm really feeling comfortable right now. Like this is really awkward. Like I'm feeling like I should leave. Next thing you know, I guess the police in Highlands are close by because it wasn't long before we saw lights. And he said, just go upstairs and hang out in one of the guest rooms and just be quiet. Okay. And I'm like,
For
this could
how
go,
long?
I don't know, but I mean, they could have searched the house. So anyway, we go upstairs and all three of us lay on this bed. Nothing is happening. No touching, no kissing, no nothing, no talking. And we're just sitting there like this. And I'm thinking, oh my a sitting duck in here. But they could have checked me. They could have drug tested me to know that I didn't do anything. Like I
Okay.
literally clean. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I wasn't that worried, but I still didn't feel like getting caught up with everything. So we laid there. We heard a lot of ruckus. Um, I guess they hid everything. They came in and talked to him. But the guy that brought it was upstairs. The guy that bought it hid it, and I guess nothing ever became of it because we left going out a side door, and she and I got in our car and we drove because my mom used to live up there in Franklin. So I
Yeah.
kind of knew my way around, but this is before Waze. This is
Oh,
before
what
you
did
could
we
really,
do
this is before
before?
the smart, like I had a phone. I didn't have a
Yeah, but it
phone
wasn't
like
a
that.
smartphone.
No, I
Well,
had
how
like
did
a,
we get around?
I had
How
like a
did we
flip
get around
phone.
back in the day?
We used our brain, but I literally
I
had to
didn't.
like backtrack. I had to backtrack my way back through. I mean, I was never more grateful than to get on the highway and pass some of my familiar places and just thinking that was just such a waste of time. And I ended up
Yeah.
seeing that guy again. He was
You did?
luckily nobody got arrested, nobody died. We got home safely. No other melodrama other than that. But I'm telling you, after that, I started really asking more questions about people before I went on dates, before I hung out with someone in a precarious situation like that. I mean, I really put myself in a bad situation. That was crazy. I'd
Mm-hmm.
never seen anything like that go down before in my life. Well, thanks for
Listen.
sharing your bad date, and I'll get you on another one too. And I
Okay,
get to
well,
see you soon, so we'll do another one, but we'll do one side by side.
okay.
Okay? Love
Sounds
you,
like a
love you.
wiener.
All
Love you.
right, bye. Stay tuned for more good dates, gone
Bye.
bad.
Love you. Mean it.